All right, welcome to the live. How's everybody doing? Let's have a good conversation. It's late night. I'm up for a reason, and it's super important. I have to give you this information. I couldn't wait too much longer, so I got good information. I got good news. Hopefully, everybody's paying attention. This is Dr. Tanner speaking. I am on the left-hand side of the screen right there. That's me. I'm a 2024 presidential candidate, and I got some information I want to just give out to everybody. I spoke with my campaign team just not too long ago, and we worked out one of these things we call executive orders. And I just want to spread the news of what the next executive order we have for America once we get to this White House is going to look like and what it's going to be. First and foremost, it's going to reflect on the children here in this country. I have something called the Child Finders Act, which makes sure that the 840,000 children that go missing every year do not go missing. So what else can we do for our children in this country? Because they are the most overlooked. They are the least protected and not at all thought about. I got something. The Educational Act. The Educational Act is an executive order that we're putting together that will ensure that the children going to school will no longer go to school in vain. We're going to make sure we pay for their education as they should be paid. There should not be one child in this country that does not get paid to go to school. From the ripe old age of 5 or 4, kids have to wake up like it's a regular job, and they have 9 hours of school, 8 to 9 hours of school. Some of it's 10 hours. These kids are not paid for their services to make sure that this country runs in the right direction in their future. So to ensure the future of America, we need to pay the children of America what's owed to them. So the Education Act is an executive order to make sure that all school-aged children are being paid as they should be in this country. That will increase better grades. Children will start going to school more. It will encourage people, children and people, to get a better education, which means that this country will go further in the right direction. The education rate will skyrocket in this country. Once again, the education rate will skyrocket. Graduation, the 12th grade graduation will skyrocket. Kids dropping out of school will be a thing of the past. I will say this one more time. Kids dropping out of school will be a thing of the past. And we'll take this education in our kids into the future the way it should be intended for them to be, going to school. The Education Act is the future of America. Who will pay for this? The same people that pay for everything else. I think that's an idiotic question. My only question to you or anyone else that asks a stupid question like that is, who pays for anything in America? When did the finances in America start changing? When did America start collecting money from other countries? When did America start collecting money from other countries to pay things in America. If you are not wanting the future for this country to go in the right direction, this is called an investment. What better investment is the children of the future, of our future? So, my question is to you. Would you rather have a bad investment, or would you rather have a great investment? It's my question to you. I'm waiting for the people in the comments. Would you rather have a bad investment, or would you rather have a good investment? We're waiting for the people in the comment section. Would you rather have a bad investment or a good investment? Is everybody here speaking English? Everybody comprehend English in here? Just want to make sure. I got people asking questions that has nothing to do with the question that I'm asking. All right. If you're making a statement and it does not contain to the question, this is exactly why children need to be paid more. Because somewhere in the educational line, it didn't work out for you. But if you was getting paid at school, you would probably pay more attention. Our children will be paid. Now let me ask who's mad about it. Let me see in the comment section who's mad about American children getting paid. Let me see. Anybody? No, I didn't think so. All right. Moving on. So we're going to make sure that the American children in this country get paid for their services, because they're the ones that's going to serve this country. They're the ones that's going to make this country great. And making sure they are getting paid for their education, getting paid to go to school, and not being forced to go to school, because you know that's unconstitutional, right? Let's talk, Nolia. Said, why pay the kids? Come on up here. Let's have a conversation. Guess you don't want to come up. That's fine. Moving on. These kids in this country right now is doing bad. Just being honest with you. They're being forced to go to school. Just imagine, I want you to visualize what I'm about to say to you in real time. Just imagine if you went to work every day, 10 to 12 hours, 10 to 8 hours a day. You got up early in the morning while it's still dark. You walked to work. You didn't drive to work. You walked there. You walked to work every single day. You never got paid for it. If you're late, you'll get in trouble. As always. You miss too many days, you'll go to jail. Not only will you go to jail, your family will go to jail too. Your mother, your father, if they're still alive, they'll go to prison. That's the world children live in. That's the world our kids live in. They are forced to go to school. And if they don't obey, they will stay with 3 hots and a cot. And they will invite you right along with them. And if the government has that much control over our children, then the government should be responsible to pay our children to go to the school that they will lock them up in if they don't attend. That's only fair. Let me know if I'm right or wrong in the comment section. Our kids is the only group of people in this country that has no voice, no laws are for them. They're basically fighting for their lives by themselves. Now, I said something earlier about the people that say the wrong things. Come on up here, David. Tell me why I'm wrong, if you're man enough. David, if you're man enough, come up here and tell me why I'm wrong. I sent you an invite. I'm going to send you another one. Hopefully your internet's working. I know it's working for you in those comments, so come on up here. I'm going to pull your card right now. I don't think you're man enough. Y'all think David man enough to come up here and talk to Dr. Tanner? Or y'all think he afraid? Put it in the comment section. I'm going to wait on you, David. What's going on? I'm waiting on David. They got the crickets out. See, one thing you're not going to do over here is say something foolish and then run away. That's not cool. Be responsible. I hold everybody accountable. Just like I'm going to hold this government accountable for holding the kids accountable. You hold the parents and the kids accountable, make sure you're paying them. There is no other place you can go. They force you to do something that's beyond nuts. I'm glad you had enough courage to come up here, David. Now explain to me what you said in these comments.
Now, why you want to pay the kids? It's just going to make them lazy, make them learn responsibility.
Paying kids are gonna make them late. Why do you get it paid at your job? Is that making you lazy too? Explain that, because that makes no. What part of the world are you from?
What? What? I'm from Tennessee. What part of the world are you from?
How
Where
much
they
red?
give everything away and hand it to you for nothing?
How much red 40 have you consumed today?
So, are you from somewhere where they just give you everything? So you want to give everybody else everything?
Do your job give you money,
My
or do?
job don't give me nothing. I go out and work,
Okay,
make
so
money.
I got you. So do kids do homework?
So the kids go to school to learn responsibility,
Who
not
told
to
the
go
kids?
for a
Who
paycheck.
said they want to go
They
to
go to
school?
learn for their future.
Who made the? Is that their choice? Is that their choice? Yes or no?
Was it your choice to go to
That's
school?
not the fucking question. Is that their
So
choice?
was it your choice to go to
Is
school,
it
or did
their
your
choice?
parents
Yes or
make you go
no?
to school?
David, is that their choice? Yes or no?
Was it your choice? Was it
Is
my
it their
choice?
choice? Yes
Was
or
it your
no?
granddaddy's choice?
David, is it
No,
their choice?
everybody had to
Yes
go and
or
learn
no?
responsibility.
So if it's not their choice, why
Nobody
do they
paid
make
you to
you pay?
go.
David,
Now, when you become an adult,
David,
now it's your choice to
David,
get a job
David,
or get
David,
on food stamps
David,
or just not have no money at all.
David. You're living in Tennessee. How much Red 40 have you consumed today?
How much what?
Red 40.
Not none.
No, you ain't had no Red 40 today? Yellow 5,
Yep.
yellow 6, BPA?
So
Have you had any BPA today?
I don't even know what the hell you talking about, to be honest with
Exactly.
you.
So listen, you went to school, right? You didn't even get paid to go to school. And you don't know nothing I'm talking about. That tells you that you
So
probably
I
got.
know that if you pay
You don't know
everybody
enough.
to do
You
absolutely
don't
what
know
their
enough that you probably
responsibility is anyway, they're going to
David,
be
David,
irresponsible because
you
you're going
don't
to
know enough
hand
to have
out everything
responsibility.
just like Joe
You
Biden's
don't know
doing
what
right at this very
BPA,
moment.
Red 40, yellow 5, yellow 6 is.
You can say green 42 for all I care, and I really don't care. I don't agree with
You haven't
giving
you don't
away
have to.
everything. We're going through that right now.
You don't have to agree, David. I don't give a fuck if you
I
agree.
don't give a fuck. You ain't the
Okay,
only person that can say
that's
fuck.
what happens. Kids are gonna get paid.
Kids ain't gonna get paid to go to
Kids are
school
going to get paid.
unless they get a grant from their school to go
No, it's an
in
executive order that's
college.
gonna get put in
If
place.
you trying to pay kids to go to elementary school, you're just plumb asinine.
We're going to make sure there's an executive order in place that these kids get paid to go to school for their services.
Well, you know, I feel very strongly that you won't even be on the ballot.
Well, I feel very strongly that I'm already on some ballots.
Well, let's see how that works out for you. And I tell you what, if you win, if you just so happen to pull
We're
off a
not waiting.
miracle,
Your
I'll
grand,
give a
you have
thousand dollar
grandchildren.
donation to
Let me
any
ask you. Let me ask
charity
you
of
a
your
question. Do you have
choice.
grandchildren? Yes or no? You got grandchildren?
Not at all.
You got family that got kids that's in school?
Of course.
They're
I've
gonna
got
get
one in
paid.
school right now.
They're gonna get paid, and you're gonna sit back and be mad like you are right now. And I'll take your ass back to the comment section. Goodbye. Now, when people get mad at kids, when I see a person mad at a kid, check and see if check their record. Check their record. That's all I'm saying. The kids are the ones that the people that are not protected in this country. When people get mad at kids, check that man's record. Check their record. When you see a grown man saying the kids need to work for free, give them free labor, they're gonna be lazy. The, how the fuck did that even make sense? Can I get a panel up here? Somebody come. We have to have a discussion. Somebody explain to me, how is a kid going to be lazy if they get paid for going to school to do a job to physically help you in the near future? How do that? Can somebody come up here, y'all? Come on up to the panel. Who wants to come up here? Because somebody need to check him. Y'all need to take a screenshot and make sure that man ain't got no kids locked in his basement. When people say stuff like that, I assume that they're kidnappers. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like they're part of the problem. I instantly feel like they're part of the problem. And you guys know I don't take shit from nobody. I don't play that, and that's bullshit. So, and if anybody say you don't like how I talk, there's a button at the top of the page, and it says "Get the fuck off my live." It's free. It don't cost you a dime. If going to school is not work, I don't know what work looked like. You telling me the 4-year-old, the 5-year-old, the 6-year-old that's getting up, walking to school? I used to have to walk to school at a very young age in the first grade. I don't even know how old you are in the first grade, but however old that is, I had to walk to school because the school said I had to walk. If that's not oppressing, I don't know what it is. And I don't know how old you are in first grade, but I couldn't have been no older than 6 or 7. In the middle of the night, because 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, that's still nighttime. That is still nighttime. Dro, you got the floor, brother.
How you doing, sir?
Always good. Making sure people in front of my train when they want to stand in front of it. Make sure I line them up straight so that the bump, I can't feel it. I'm listening. What's good? What you think about this executive order, making sure that the kids get paid? What you think is going to happen to this country?
This country gonna move forward 20 years ahead. I just not too long left the campaign room.
What's your name over there?
You can hear me?
Yeah, what's your name in the campaign room?
My my name Corey.
Oh, okay, you Corey. Okay, I got you. I got you. I seen you over there for a
Yeah,
second.
I'm very secretive. Yeah. See, I'd be like people see. One time I got into a little dispute on the campaign, so I guess they knocked me off. I don't know, but ever since then, everybody, I guess somebody understanding my ideas and they started accepting me. You
Got
know,
you.
your wife, she'll help me out here and there. But they had a good topic that night. They were pretty good in the campaign room. So
Got you.
this guy right here that you just had on her earlier, he just still he one of them guys. They behind, man. They still what they call them. They still on the old good bus system, and it's just like this guy right here that I'm looking at. Nah, we got to really get.
Well,
He
here's the
can't.
thing.
He
He
can't.
said it all. He don't have no kids, ain't got no grandkids. He's already upset. He's upset because Democrats and Republicans messed up his reproductive system. It caused that, that bottle that I have, a shrimp paste that I always be showing to say reproductive harm. It may cause
Yeah,
reproductive harm. Something harmed his, so he don't have kids. So he's not gonna want to, pay attention to the things that's going on with children because he could care less about them. And
yeah. He really they lived this life. I could be wrong, but he seemed like this guy right here on my left, if I ain't mistaken, right now. Okay, he kind of arrogant. That's the way I viewed it just then. I ain't kind of a glimpse of it. See, like I tell a lot of people, man, I'm very spiritual, man. I can feel things, and I feel like y'all gonna win because you mentioned a statement about a good week ago. You were telling the lady it was so remarkable, man. We was all on her, and this white lady, she was agreeing. She understands. She was like, man, we need you, and all the white brothers and others started to understand, and but people don't understand that we are being poisoned, like you said. All your executive orders will make sense. I feel like we will be driven. If you get in that chair, we will be years ahead in the future. And I hope you get uh, a second term, but you probably just my goal is I think you're gonna get in there because you just want to straighten out the situation that's what's going on in the cabinets and the whole how you say it in a way the whole the whole party. The system is corrupted, like you said earlier. I don't know if you can hear me, but
I
you can
can,
hear me, Dr. Tom?
yes, sir.
My internet is
I can hear you.
okay. But yeah, I
I think his service might have went out, bruh. Come hit the button again. Come back up. So once again, um, anybody here just popped in the room and don't know what we're talking about yet? Anybody here? Terrence, where you from?
Yeah, I'm from Alabama, but I'm living in California now. I drive trucks, so I'm pretty much everywhere.
Gotcha. What's your thoughts on making sure about this executive order that we is trying to implement once we get to this White House?
I like it, man. I've been checking you out, listening, man. I want to see some change. I see a lot of people still want Trump back in there. I don't understand all the town and why, people want. Feel like he that guy, but just checking out everything, man. We're going through a lot in this country right now, man, and we're gonna have to go have some drastic changes, man, for us to keep it moving. That's
Right.
why I'm doing it.
So what about the Education Act? What's your thoughts on that, or did you hear it?
It just came on.
All right, I'm gonna run it over again. So, the Education Act is an executive order that we're putting in place once we get to the White House. It's for all K through 12 kids that go to school to be paid minimum wage of whatever it is they state minimum wages. Kids are the only group of people in this country that have zero protection, basically zero rights here almost, and forced into something that they never signed up to. Anytime you have 6-year-old kids walking in the middle of the night to go to school, that's a problem. I was one of those kids. And I say the middle of the night because 6 o'clock is still dark, 7 o'clock is still dark, and I had to walk to school because they said I was in the walking distance of the school. And I had tried to compare, or I will compare, just imagine you or anyone else having to walk to work every day. But when you get to work, you don't get paid. Mind you, you didn't sign up to go there to begin with. You're forced to be there. And if you miss some days, someone gonna come up and lock you and all of your family members up. That's the life of a child. If I don't know what it is. But if you're gonna make a kid go to school, you better make sure damn well you pay that kid to go to work. Because I never heard them say, here goes some school. They always say school work, homework. Mom and dad, have you brought your schoolwork home? If it ain't work, why you keep calling it work? If it's not work, why do you keep calling it work? That means that kid is on a job and he's obligated, he's dedicated, he has no choice but to go to that job, no matter what. So we're gonna make sure that these kids in our country is paid. That's gonna increase the education in this country. It's gonna increase the graduation rate in this country. It's gonna decrease poverty in this country. Do y'all understand Mississippi is one of the poorest states in this country? One of the most undereducated states in this country? But what do you think Mississippi would be if the children was paid to go to school? Would the poverty in Mississippi still look the same way? Let's break it down. $10,000 a year is what one child would receive at a minimum wage of $7.25 an hour. Some kids can barely eat when they get home. We just gave 1.7 trillion away to Ukraine and NATO allies. We've been giving it to the wrong people. Our children is our investments. They call them our future. Even Whitney Houston said a song about the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. So I'm gonna add the Whitney song, teach them well, take them well, and let them lead the way. That's gonna be better direction. They say the Chinese kids are the smartest kids in the world. What do you think the American child would be once economics is pushed in his direction? Think about the poorest neighborhood. Now think about that same neighborhood and that same family that got, let me ask a question, Terrence. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I got 4 brothers and 1 sister.
That's including yourself, right? That's 6.
It's all grown now, but
Okay, let's say it's 6 of you guys. Y'all, you from Alabama, right?
Yeah.
Now just imagine with mama and dad working, and then you guys collecting $10,000 a year each. That's 60,000 between you and your siblings. How would your household look? How would Christmas have been?
It would have looked a whole lot different.
How many vacations would you have had?
A whole lot different.
Would you be driving trucks, or would you, hell, own the whole damn trucking company? It changes everything when economics is involved.
Yeah, I mean,
It changes everything. This is going to lead this country to another, I don't even know the word. I can't even think of the word right now. I want to say element. I want to say level. But those ain't the words I'm trying to find. It's going to lead this country into another direction we've never been in.
Astronomical?
I call it the economical boom.
Yes.
All the trade schools, all the trades, they took all of that stuff out of school. Teach them trades, for when they get out. So, that would bring back something good for them to be, they get them started in the right direction.
So this country will be headed so far towards the right direction, will surpass every other country. Not just surpass. We're going to go ahead. You ever seen somebody running track and they pass them twice? Overlap them?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll be able to overlap everybody about 5, 6, 7 times. Somebody says you need the house to come on up here. Let me tell you how I don't negotiate with terrorists. There's nothing I, Dr. Malcolm, I don't need anything from DC but me and American people. Not the House or the Senate, not Congress. The only way this gets done is between me and you guys. Congress is not invited to this party. Somebody explain. Tell me what make you think I would need the House, and what made you think I needed help. I didn't call out no SOS. I came on here and I said what I was going to do. As a matter of fact, that's called a guarantee. I'll wait.
You know what? People don't realize I have been in education for I know over 30 years. And I'm telling you right now, I have seen firsthand of students having to work. Some will work before school, some have to go to work after school, and they missed out on sports. They missed out on enjoying their high school, their elementary. Some grew up in poverty. I mean, I grew up in poverty. I had to go to work early, and if I didn't, I would not have eaten. And so we got to understand we can't look at this from the standpoint of what we can do. We have to see value in our children. And if we train them the right way, and this would be a good time to teach them about finances and different types of investments at an early age, so therefore they would be prepared by the time they get ready to go to college or wherever they choose to even maybe start a business, once they graduate or while they're in school. They will have opportunities. We are living in the age now where the students are the land of technology. And so there is so much more. We can always look at the bad side or whatever side you want to look at, but we have to look at the value of our children. That same student that may have a dad or a mom that's rich and they go buy them a Mercedes and they driving the Mercedes to school. What do we say about that? Why do we always do this when it comes to children getting money? Like Dr. Tanner said, as he began to lay out this whole foundation of what we're planning on doing, we have to go back to the values of life, and that's eating right, that is taking care of yourself, that is seeing value in our children to know that they are worth being given money for what they are doing. It's a job. Going to school is a job. And it's a job from K to 12. That's a long time being in school. And then they don't have the right mindset. They don't have the right mindset. So it's a lot of variables, but I am definitely for what you're saying, Dr. Tanner.
I'm going to say this, what you just said. 13 years in school is a long time. Can somebody say burnt out? I'm going to just be honest. Y'all have been grown for more than 13 years, and y'all have not even been on your one job for 13 years. Some of y'all that had, in the last 13 years, 13 jobs. Some even 40.
I know that's right.
So how do we expect a child from 6 or 5 or 4 to 18 to just stick with it and not get paid and threaten them with being locked up if they skip a beat? That's an easy form of slavery.
Yeah.
That's modern day slavery.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's only imperative for us to make sure we secure our future. The way we secure our future is economically, making sure that they are economically sound. Not only that, in those 13 years, at a minimum wage of $7.25, they'll have over $135,000 that they would have collected over those 13 years of school. Now, I can tell you now, most kids ain't got those many things they're going to buy. That 6-year-old he's not going to spend $10,000 a year. I don't think so. He might though. But for the majority of everybody in here that's listening and the rest of America, this is going to fix poverty in America. I'm going to be the first to tell you now, I'm getting rid of all the things that America has as far as programs. Food stamps will be gone. Section 8 will be gone. Social Security will be gone. SSI will be gone. I'm getting rid of all. It's $6.8 billion. Everybody always asks me, trillion, $6.8 trillion. And they always say, Dr. Tanner, where are you going to get all this money from? Where is the money coming from? Well, actually, you should be happy that I'm making sure I'm doing the things I'm doing, because I'm actually going to save you guys a lot of money, because I'm going to get rid of all those things that we have right now, because it's not needed. Because I have rethought.
But before you do, can you make sure that there's jobs in the area?
Bingo. That is one of the major things. Not only am I going to make sure of it, I'm going to guarantee it. I know within the first month or 2 months, there'll be over 1 million new job opportunities open up all over America. 1 million new job opportunities will open up within the first month or 2 after I is sworn in on Inauguration Day. We have already placed and talked about this situation for months now. Now, I'll get back into it again, or you guys can always get on my page and look it up. So we're going to flood this country with economics. an opportunity. So now the kids that's living in poverty and going to school and barely can eat. You just said, Ted, Kentucky is one of the poorest states.
Yeah.
So now these kids will be able to now, instead of mom sitting at home, not doing nothing, collecting food stamps, Section 8, and can't go to work because she'll get cut off, and she can't guarantee that the job gonna keep her on because they can fire you anytime they want to. But she got 6 kids. She don't want to be outside homeless. Now those 6 kids can ensure the success of that family through education. And through education, something that we really don't have really strong in this country right now, it will build. People will want to be educated.
Yeah.
Kids
Yes.
will want to go to school. Let me ask you a question, Darrell. If you had was making minimum wage in elementary all the way through high school, would you have wanted to go there?
No.
Said no.
No, that's what I say. Here in Kentucky, it's that's a lot of reason that people do go on welfare and stuff. They don't make enough to make it, and they actually make out better being on welfare and stuff. You know.
Right. But if you had an opportunity to go to school and get paid, would you want to go? If you was a kid,
yes,
still.
sir. Yes, sir.
And wouldn't your mom and your dad encourage you?
I would hope
make
so.
sure you go to school.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of drugs going on too that's destroying families, and that's a big issue with the United States right now.
You said what's the big issue? You said drugs?
Yes.
Yeah, the drugs they put in our foods.
Yeah. That's
the big issue.
Yes.
Because the drugs that you recreational drugs don't add to the total of deaths. The 697,000 people dying from heart disease in this country because of the stuff that Democrats and Republicans are putting in our food that causes heart disease.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, but we have so many problems in this country because of Democrats and Republicans.
Yes, sir.
I will say this. I'm going to get rid of poverty because I'm getting rid of Democrats and Republicans. The way that they thought this country out was slave labor. Slave labor. The whole school system is set up for somebody just to go to work. That's how they set it up. And we all know that, right? For the ones that don't know that, you better look it up.
Yeah.
When they put school, when they designed school, it was for them to learn how to go to work, to get you ready for work. It was work. So if that's how they set it up, that's how I'm going to pay them like. If you set up school to be like work, get them ready and prime for work, let's start the dollars coming in first.
Yeah.
If you're training kids to go to work in the future, let's do it the right way. If we're going to do it, let's do it right. I know that the kids are the future. And I know that this education system here in America is messed up right now. And I know in the future that the kids will pull through, the parents will pull through, and everyone will start to self-heal. And I say self-heal, I mean better grades, better people. Let's talk about the poverty real quick in your neck of the woods. You said what part of Kentucky you're from or you grew up in?
I'm in southeastern Kentucky.
Okay. The whole town, is the whole town poor or average or?
Yeah, it's very poor. They like to keep everything local. You know, there's not most jobs is like an hour away.
So let's do this real quick. About how many people live in that town?
I'm not sure on that. I've never looked into it.
Maybe rough estimate.
Maybe 20,000 maybe.
All All right, let's stick with 20,000. Let's say out of the 20,000, you probably got about 8,000 that are kids.
Yeah.
Okay. Right now, the average take home for those people in your can we look up the average marine price or what they make in that area?
Yeah, it's look like right around Pineville, Kentucky.
Pineville. Okay, we're gonna have my manager looking it up right now. So once he looks that up, he's gonna give me the number real quick and see what the average
household income of the year.
Yeah.
23,920, so about 24,000.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, so it's about $20,000 a year average. Wow, that's bad. Can you give me how many kids are in that town under the age of 18? So yeah, we just found out the average income is about $22,000 to $23,000 a year in that city, and this is how Dr. Tanner's economics fixes his situation in that town easily. With my umbrella of these executive orders, it covers him. It covers the people in this town. It turns the town around. It gets them out of poverty. So I'm finna give you guys the number of children in this town, and then we're gonna break down maybe how many per household, if it says.
There's a total of 1,662 in domestic population in Pineville, and children under 18 is 22.6%.
So how many you say it was? 1,000?
1,600.
So 20. So like 200. So about 200 kids live in that town of Pine. What is it called? Pineville, Kentucky. So it's 1,000 people there. 1,600, and 20% is kids. So we're gonna do a rough estimate about 260 kids are there. So which means we're gonna try to break it down with maybe average 2 kids per household, maybe. Okay. So with the average of 2 kids per household, you're looking at right now they're making $23,000 on average per year household income. With the kids being paid, with 2 kids per household, that family income increases to 30,000 a year. Yeah, because 10 and 10 for the 2 kids, and then it's 20. My bad, it's 40,000 a year. It'd be 40,000. That income comes up an extra 20 from the 2 kids. So going from 20,000 to 40,000, that is a big increase. That's a big difference.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That town will start to see the difference instantly. And not only will the town start seeing the difference instantly, people will be able to start creating businesses and jobs, maybe buying lawnmowers and yard, doing things like yard services, lawn service. That's easy to start up, easy to get going.
Yeah, I've been here for 30 some years, and I've never made $20,000 a year. I probably did well to clear 16 to 17,000, and I mean that's just in order to make more, I would have to travel over an hour away, and the people here will not let outsiders come in. That's the problem. They want to keep it all in their small group, and I can understand because it puts a lot of small businesses, out of business. Right. All these small companies, You know, that's the reason why they won't let it come in.
I need you on my campaign team because I need to visit your city. I need to come see that city. I want to come talk to the people and let them know a change is on the way. And opportunities on the way. And collectively with that town, even though it's about 1,000 people there, you'd be surprised what a few people can do.
Yeah.
What a few people can do, you'd be surprised. But yeah, let's go ahead. Everybody that's on here, once again, my name is Dr. Malcolm Tan. I'm the guy on the left-hand side of the screen. I'm a 2024 presidential candidate in this election coming up. If you would like to join my campaign team so that your city can get out of poverty because the Democrats and Republicans put you there, go ahead and download the app that has my campaign room directly in it. The app is free. The name is called Clubhouse. Can we put Clubhouse in the comment section? And when you go to your app store, everybody that's listening, when you go to your app store, it's going to be a hand. And it's going to be a yellow hand like Bart Simpson's. All you have to do is click on it and download, just like the hand Quade Corpez put in the comment section. Once you guys are done downloading Clubhouse, let me know in the comment section. I'm about to mute my mic until everybody is done downloading it, and I will give you the next steps.
Well, Dr. Tanner, thank you for having me on here.
Yes, sir. I'd love to have you side by side with me on this campaign trail, brother. Because it's towns like your town all over America that can easily be fixed. It's fixable.
Yes, sir.
And I want to say this real quick. I do want to say this. A household would make more income with the kids going to school versus just the one parent receiving $400 or $500 in food stamps every few months. You'll receive more money from your kids physically going to school versus the food stamps that the government's giving you. And it will give you more opportunity for you to be able to handle your business, like going out to get a job, because you have wiggle room now and no one's forcing you to do something to keep you inside of a bubble to where you can't do anything but be on food stamps or Section 8, or they'll kick you off. They're not going to kick your kids out of school. That's a guaranteed income. This is how we start changing this country, one American at a time. A lot of you guys, when I first came on the scene, most of you guys knew who I was. Some of you guys didn't. You slowly starting to learn every day you guys get to talk to me or somebody from my campaign that it only gets better and better with time. It only gets better and better with the time. These 10 executive orders, I personally call them my 10 commandments. Make sure you guys are downloading the app. Clubhouse is a hand that's yellow. Once you're done downloading Clubhouse, let us know in the comment section. And see if I have anybody. Too Cute, if you still here, if you can, or Bradford or Carmen, if you guys can guide them through the process, or AZ, if you guys can guide them through the process, it'd be highly appreciated. I'm gonna mute my mic. You guys got it.
Okay, once you download the Clubhouse app, you're going to add a photo. You create your profile, you add a photo, and you look for Tanner, TANNER 2024 Presidential Run Room. And someone is already over there waiting on you.
Thank y'all for downloading Clubhouse. I'm telling you right now, this is the time, guys, that we really get in position. I'm telling you right now, it is the time. Everything that Dr. Tanner and Madame Hunt is putting in place to do for us, it's beyond imagination. Like it feels like a dream. I just want somebody to pinch me and wake me up. That's how good this is. It's time to see the value and put the value back in family, to be able to go out here and start up businesses and and do the things and like the other, the man was just saying how much he made in just 1 year. Like, how can you live off of that money? And so we're put in the rock of a hard place. So we really need to take this thing serious and spread the word. Join the Clubhouse, get involved with your state, with your community, and let's just keep this going forever. Like, let's not even stop this vibe that we got going on. This is a forever thing. Like, we have to continue to do this. This is not a one time thing. We have to continue to work together like this. So I'm just excited to be a part of this move.
I think this will be another great executive order, because it'll be a lot less kids dropping out of school, and it will be a help to every family. If I lived in a town I could only make $10,000, I think I would have moved to another town long time ago. But like you said, this would help the family. It would bring in more income. They'll be able to do a lot more things. They'll be able to plan trips. They'll be able to, afford some of the nicer things like, they're looking at in the catalog. They won't have to just dream about it. They can do it.
You right about that, because I'm telling you, with all the things that I have seen with students having to go to work, and they had to, to go and go home and help, take care of their siblings. A lot of things they missed out on. They could have been athletes. They could have been professional basketball, football, baseball, track runners, but they had to take on the responsibility of the home, because there's so many single parents out here. And then you have two parents in a household, and together they're not making enough to make ends meet. So this is a game changer for America. It truly is. And then we can begin to start to self-heal, like Dr. Tanner is saying. I mean, people just don't understand what we are presented. It feels like a freaking dream. Like, why couldn't it have came 10 years ago? Maybe, okay, 15 years ago, when my babies was a lot younger. You understand what I'm saying? Where I be right? Do you understand how many businesses I got in my mind right now? Like, I'm just trying to really grasp this. This is a game changer. This is truly a game changer. Like, it's going to help these children, and they're going to be able to, these students going to be able, and they can invest into college, money, or even maybe go to private school. They have options now. They really moving from just taking what's given to them. Now they literally have options, even to provide transportation, to be able to go and get them a job and work. So yes, I'm so excited.
But again, it will be their choice. They won't be forced to do something that they don't want to do, because they'll be ready to go to school. Well, I'm going to earn some money. I can go to school. I can hear them now. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy that. I'm going to keep this and do this and do that. Yeah, they could have choices, and they can learn. They'll be able to dream bigger instead of staying inside a box. They'll be able to look outside of the box.
And the beautiful thing is, you know what? One of the most amazing thing is we got a front row seat to this whole thing. You understand what I'm telling you right now? How good this is? It's like going to the football game and you got the best seats on in the stadium. Like
Yes, ma'am.
you talking about on the field. You can probably even touch the grass. We so close. Do you understand me? How amazing this is? I mean, how he expect us to sleep after this news? Like, I mean, and you trying to keep us up all night. Like, how in the world are we gonna even find the strength to even close our eyes because we so pumped up? We counting the time at this point. We waiting for the daybreak to come. We ready to hit the streets. We are truly ready to hit the streets and campaign. Can we go tonight to campaign? Can we knock on people, knock us out, and we knocking on doors this time of night? Like, this is amazing. And I'm gonna tell you, anybody who hear what is being said here, there should be no doubt in the mind of what they should do when it comes to 2024. Like, there is no doubt. I mean, it wasn't no doubt before, but I'm just saying, this is like the dessert to the meal. Okay, we done had the entree. Okay, now this is dessert to the meal. It does not get any better than this. This is amazing, and I'm so excited.
That will also create, better. The kids will have better choices in the clothing. They won't have to worry about somebody picking on them about not having the newer clothes or shoes. How we grew up. Everybody couldn't afford to get all those new things. We had to wear hand-me-downs and keep the clothes and stuff clean and neat so we have something to wear back to school. So they won't have to do that. They'll have a choice. They'll be able to buy their own clothes, have a new outfits, whenever they desire.
You're right about that, because I didn't get my school clothes to the day before school. Okay, so that means everything was picked over, and we only got one pair of shoes. And it was so funny the other day. My son was like, "Yeah, mom." We was watching a movie. He said, "Yeah." He said, I only got one pair of shoes a year." And I'm like, "You did, baby? That's all you got was? Oh, well, at least your shoe held up, because my sole was hanging out. Like, it wouldn't even make it through the year. We're talking about dirt roads I'm coming up on, and rocks and stubbles and everything. Like, you had a whole lot easier than I did. So this is really going to help a lot of students, like you say, to be able to get the clothes that they need, and their book bags and school supplies. Like, oh my gosh, I am just over the top. This is amazing. It's really going to help, and it's just going to help. And then we can implement a lot of programs for parents too, to help with trying to get back into the workforce, because we have to rehabilitate the people from the system that they used to be on to the new system of actually contributing to the economy, as far as going out here with the jobs, because tending to the kids at home is a job right by itself. Being a mom, being a father, it's a job, having to do all those things. So it's going to help in an astronomical way. I'm so excited.
Mr. Advance, do you have anything to say?
Terrence, you said you set up in Clubhouse? Okay, good. You good to get the next set of instructions. Okay, yes. You guys can move over to the campaign room, and that way the representatives and the managers and everyone in that room will be able to assist you with how to get set up with the rep in your state. And just continue to spread the word, even with people that live in other parts of the world. You can let them know too about the campaign room. Like, you don't have to just do it in your state, but you can let them know and send them to the campaign room, so that we can continue to grow like that too, with word of mouth. If you got about 10 or 20 people that you know in various other states, send them our way.
So just to give everybody a heads up, we're looking at billion. I'm sorry, 740 billion. But I just saved us 6.8 billion trillion dollars. 6.8 trillion, which means we are still under that 0.8, which would be a billion. We still under that billion, which means I saved us $6 trillion, and everybody in America is still getting paid somehow through educating our children. That saves America $6 trillion, puts money in investing into our kids. I say it's the best thing ever. Let's say it's the best thing since sliced bread. I'm gonna go with that.
I agree.
America saves $6 trillion and educates its kids on a high caliber note. We reinvest into the future with our kids.
Bravo, 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 bravo. Now this is the part where we have the violin play.
I know ain't too many people on here because I ain't got my face on here. But when I finally get back to my house in a couple days and I break the news with my physical face on here in my suit, we'll get the numbers up again. But the numbers are good. The math is mathing very good, actually. Better than I expected. So with the 2.7 trillion plus the 700 billion, that puts us somewhere around, hold on one second, about 3.5 trillion total in government spending, which saves us a total of, hold on, that saves us $3.3 trillion all total after African Americans receive their money and kids starts to receive their money. That puts us at a total of 73 trillion. And on that note, y'all, I'm going to bed. I'll catch you guys.